Hey guys, welcome to day 4 of our digital launch. Today we're going to be discussing Solidworks Camp, DimXpert, and Mbd, so check it out.
It's in the stars. Hasn't it always been? As far back as humans go, we've been looking up. Our drive to explore our universe has always pushed technology forward. The Canada-France-Hawaii telescope has been giving us clear glimpses into the cosmos for over 40 years. But technology changes a lot in 40 years. So when it's time for a redesign, you need a system that has performance, attention to detail, a full design ecosystem, and offers the latest innovations. Welcome to the 2019 SolidWorks release, presented to you by CAD Dimensions.
SolidWorks 2018 introduced SolidWorks Camp, powered by CamWorks, bringing the ability to go from design to manufacture of 2.5-axis CNC mill parts. And with SolidWorks Camp Professional, this ability is expanded to assemblies and turning. Now with 2019, SolidWorks has added new features and some new ways to get your hands on this fully integrated CAM solution. To get things started, SolidWorks 2019 has 2 new packages, SolidWorks Machinist Standard and Professional. These packages give you a simple CAD option for your programmers without the additional software overhead of the full-blown SolidWorks suites, whether they're Standard, Pro, or Premium. With Machinist Standard, you get the same SolidWorks CAM Standard functionality, plus a part-only modeling environment for design and import of component models. With the Professional version, this ability is expanded. You step up to SolidWorks CAM Professional capabilities, plus parts and assembly modeling. This gives you the ability to get the right solution to your shop floor. Let's get to the improvements. Mostly, these are going to be with milling, but there's one huge improvement to the turning module in SolidWorks Camp Professional. With SolidWorks Camp 2018, we saw tolerance-based machining, the ability to read PMI or product manufacturing information directly from 3D annotations. This feature automatically selects machining strategies that you created directly from the technology database. But this was only for milling. Guys programming CNC lathes didn't have this ability. Now in 2019, that capability has been added to turning as well, simplifying the process of strategy selection and letting you program your turn parts faster than ever. And of course, with this technology, changes in tolerances can be captured and updated with a simple regeneration of the toolpath. Here you can see, as with milling, the feature's strategies have been picked automatically based on the tolerance ranges on the model. With a change in the tolerances, a simple rerun of the tolerance-based machining grabs the new strategy, and after generating the operations and toolpath, you're back in action. Initial selection and changes happen only a fraction of the time. Now, let's talk about milling. There are 3 improvements in particular that I want to highlight, being the taper and neck option for tools, corner slowdown, and move feature. These aren't all the improvements in milling, so make sure you check out the What's New documentation for more information. A big issue with optimizing toolpath in SolidWorks CAM had been the corners. You could only run a single feed rate. The additional tool engagement would force you to run the tool slower for the entire cut, or you would need to get additional post edits or manually edit the code. Now 2019 has corner slowdown option. Either by distance or percentage from the corner, you can set new feed rate directly in the operation. No more wasted time with hand edits. In the past, the only time you could see true tool shape was with custom cutters. However, a lot of standard tools have other shapes, and who wants to literally duplicate a standard library? With SolidWorks Camp 2019, there's the availability of neck and taper options, so you can simulate the cut accurately, without the guesswork. No more watching your simulation cut away the upper portions of the part. The last milling improvement I'd like to highlight is the Move feature option. This is great. Move feature allows you to do just that. Move the feature location in X, Y, and Z. So again, no more wasted time in remodeling features. In particular, those who are familiar with GD&T and trying to take advantage of profile tolerance. All you need to do is right-click the feature, select Move, and put in your offsets for the feature, and done. I hope you enjoyed taking a peek at some of the enhancement in Solidworks Camp 2019, and be sure to check out the What's New documentation for even more great enhancements.
With MBD initiatives becoming more popular across companies, the push to become model-centric is higher than ever. Especially with Solidworks Camp being released in the previous version, there is more ability now to manufacture without a drawing than before. The engine that drives MBD is the DimXpert, so we'll discuss the DimXpert updates as well as functionality enhancements to MBD. First things first, the DimXpert dimension is now called MBD dimension. Not a huge change, but don't want you overlooking the tool because of the name change. DimXpert has always been available in the part, but for use in assemblies, it required a license of MBD in the past. In SOLIDWORKS 2019, DimXpert tools are available within an assembly and no longer require MBD. DimXpert also has some additional features to its arsenal with the torus and surface of revolution features. SOLIDWORKS 2019 adds support for sheet metal annotations. Bend notes can now be automatically inserted directly onto a component's flat pattern view, displaying each bend direction, angle, and radius. For components that contain many bends, a tabular display of the bend details is often the preferred method of capturing and viewing the information. Now in SOLIDWORKS 2019, you can capture all of your manufacturing information in a bend table. When a bend table is inserted, each bend on the component's flat pattern view is tagged in relation to the table. This, combined with the tabulated bend information, enables you to now detail your sheet metal designs in the same manner as a traditional drawing. When finished, all of the information can be captured with a 3D view, ready to be shared with other members of your design team and organization. One of the biggest questions that I've received when discussing MBD is how it handles configurations. The Copy Scheme tool allows you to copy the PMI or product manufacturing information between configurations. No need to recreate the same dimensions for every configuration. With that being said, SOLIDWORKS 2019 added the ability to copy the scheme to a derived part and even a different document. If you've ever used MBD in the past, you will know that the text size in each view was extremely inconsistent and would vary when exporting to the 3D PDF. I can be honest, this drove me completely nuts and I felt that it was a severe limitation to the software. With SOLIDWORKS 2019, that is no longer a problem. The text scale functionality allows you to specify a scale in a 3D view and it will apply to the 3D view in the published 3D PDF. Previously, the text scale was a global function and did not work with a specific view. You have no idea how happy this makes me. General tolerances are typically found within the title block of the drawing. Unfortunately, they were not available in the model previously and were created in a template or as a note, both of which had its drawbacks. Now a general tolerance can be displayed in MBD. Protection of intellectual property is often the #1 priority when sharing designs with other parties. When creating a 3D PDF file in SOLIDWORKS 2019, you now have much greater control over the access of information contained within the document. In this example, we'll go ahead and create a 3D PDF document for the shaft. After first selecting the preferred document template, the PDF publisher in SOLIDWORKS 2019 now provides you with a full preview of the final document, complete with custom property information populated from the model. This document's sole purpose is for viewing design information only. The new option to show only graphical data is a great way to ensure that the recipient is still able to view and interrogate the model without the document including the full BREP geometry, which could be used to manufacture the design. New security settings provide even more flexibility, enabling you to set the access to printing, editing, and copying. Documents can be protected further by setting a password to open, plus an optional master password that can be used to override all security settings if required. Finally, all that's left to do is save and let SOLIDWORKS generate the finished document. Once the secure PDF document has been created, the password must be entered in order for it to be opened. Viewing the security information in Adobe Reader confirms the limitation on printing, editing, and copying that were set back in SOLIDWORKS. Now you can create and share 3D PDFs of your SOLIDWORKS design safely, knowing that your intellectual property is secure. SolidWorks Mbd 2019 puts the model at the heart of your design and manufacturing process by providing a single source of intelligent information that removes the time and cost associated with creating traditional documentation. Even though you might not be using Mbd currently or anytime soon, we can both agree that it is the next transition in CAD. In the past, Mbd was not ready for that transition, and I am happy to say that with SolidWorks 2019 it is. Fully supporting sheet metal and fixing the bugs that drove me mad make it ready for prime time. If you would like to know more about Mbd and about the technology change, please reach out to your local CAD Dimension sales representative. Thank you for watching, and please check out the rest of our What's New videos. Have a great day.
All right, Derek, there was a lot in that section. Again, if you had to pick any favorites out of that list, could you do it?
I don't know. It's tough because we talked about 3 different things, and with the Mbd dimension, I'm going to call it DimXpert. I'm going to call DimXpert for a few years, but we'll try and set the record straight now. But I think with SolidWorks Cam, the assigning default machining strategies to your machine types is really, really big, because we know that not all of our customers have the exact same machine.
Sure. And turning in general.
Yeah, turning as well. So when you have multiple different machines and having those default machine strategies, that's big. And then the corner slowdown as well. That's something that should have been in there in the past. I mean, we did it in the post in the past, but now having that option is really, really good.
Yep.
With DimXpert, I like the ability to copy schemes between configurations. We've had that in the past now with derived components and other even different documents. I think is really, really going to be big. The other thing is sheet metal in Mbd is huge. Yep. We've been talking about sheet metal more in the past 6 months than we ever have, and we always get that, hey, can you do sheet metal? And we could say, yeah, not really. Now we can. Around. It's good. And then obviously in my video, I was super pumped about the text size. So I'm still holding on to saying I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's always the small things, right?
It really is. So what do we got going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have a great day. Tomorrow we have sketching and visualize coming up, a couple of our favorite things.
Yeah, those are our favorite things.
Stay tuned.